But that's your goal, right? Growing your skill set. And how do you grow your skill set? Get around other great people with great skill sets and don't judge them for what they do. Sit and learn. And that's what we're about to do. We got Brad Allan, the #1 annuity producer last year. In about a couple minutes, he's going to be telling us some magic words that you can implement into your business today to start learning about the simple retirement solutions and protecting families tomorrow with annuities and IUL. This is Mr. Brad Allan of FFL Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Emerald City. The Wizard is strong.
That's right.
The Wizard is strong in this one.
Yep.
And he was our #1 annuity producer, protected over 1,300 families collectively last year with life, IUL, and annuity-based products, and just an all-around good guy. So let's jump into the simple retirement solution type products and what do you do to create interest with that?
So, the question I get all the time is, how do you find, so we're talking about things that have an index.
Okay.
Number one thing is, unless you're doing an income producing activity in your free time, and this is what I did when I started, in my free time, I got good at illustrations.
Okay.
Because when I first was asked to run an illustration, I just showed up for an appointment and the guy's like, hey, I want an IUL. And so this is how much I want, and I didn't know how to do an illustration.
Okay.
So I quickly called my upline manager, and they ran it and they sent it to me, and I got through it. But it was like, that was awkward.
Got it.
And so I wanted to cover that off. You should understand how to do index, universal life illustrations, fixed index annuity illustrations. Because here's the thing: when you open your laptop and run an illustration, it's pretty much game over. I mean, it's like 90+% of the time. 90+% of the time, if I'm running an illustration, I'm also writing an application. Because, like on the life side, the IUL, you have death, you have some living benefits, and then you've got cash value that grows without risk or tax and permanent. Okay. And when you show that illustration, it's not just a term that ends no cash. It doesn't end. It has cash. It only goes up, not down, and there's no taxation. And when you say these things enough time, repeatedly, it's permanent. It grows, no tax, no risk of loss, and it has death there. So if you're like 401k or IUL, 401k, taxed. 401k can lose. 401k, no death benefit. 401k, no living benefit. Or IUL, death, disability, cash, no tax, no risk, permanent. It's pretty easy. Decision, right?
Ben Franklin close.
Right. When you break it down like that, if they're overfunding their 401k, it's like, okay, we're going to stop that, because most employers will match like between 3 and 5% dollar for dollar. And it's like, dude, take the free money, because there's 4 kinds of money, right? Happy birthday, free money, tax-free, that's what we do. Tax deferred, that's your 401, and then taxed. Everybody pays taxes at some point, right? So I'm not here to give you happy birthday money, Grady, but I am here to outperform your 401k, because my stuff doesn't get taxed. So let's upgrade you from being taxed and throwing your money down the river into something that guarantees that you have value in your family. The IUL stuff is so simple. It really is. That stuff's really easy. Now, on the indexed annuity side, that's kind of like the kissing cousin, right? It's not a pay-as-you-go. It's a one-time lump sum contribution, right? So you're like rolling over an old 401k.
Okay.
Or you're protecting somebody's inherited IRA, or could be, and the way I find these is the financial inventory.
Okay.
When I'm going through, what do you make, what do you spend, what's left over, I always say, so are you guys savers? So if you look in the bank any given Tuesday, what do you normally see? And I just ask like I really don't care, because I kind of do and I kind of don't, but I'm just very consistent by asking that question. Because oftentimes I'll find like $100,000, $200,000 in the bank, and it's like, really? Because your bills are only like $3,000. Why do we have, $200,000 sitting in the bank? Because you know how interest works, right, Mr. Smith? You got the coffee can in the backyard, no interest, but you know it's safe because you buried it. Then you've got the coffee can that's FDIC written on it, no interest. Then you got money market CD, a point or two, and then you've got bonds like 3, and then you've got indexing Okay, so indexing is going to be somewhere in the 5 to 6 ratio over a 10-year period, like 5 to 6% interest on average, but there's no downside risk. So it's like when you ask that question in an appointment, what do you make, what do you spend, what's left over? And any given Tuesday, you look in the bank, what do you normally see? And if they say, that's none of your business, why would you even need to ask that? Just give me the price on the insurance. I just take my business card back and I stand up and I walk out. And every time I'm stopped at the door, 100% of the time I'm stopped at the door. You know what, go ahead and sit down. And it's just that, that's pretty sensitive. It's like, yeah, I'm bonded, licensed, and I see a ton of people. I am measured by putting you in a better spot. And if I don't know what I'm working with, I can't make a recommendation to put you in a better spot. So we need to trust one another. When I break that down and they share that information, that's a good sign. And so then I show them about, how you generate interest, make more interest than you're spending, and let's have that money you're underperforming unless you're buying a boat or a house or something with that money. Let's put like half. Let's put $100K, something like that, into something that's going to generate more interest. So the financial inventory is how I find most of my annuity opportunities. And then when you run the illustration and you show them how it performs, no risk, never goes backwards. There's no fee if you stay within 10% of your account value annually. And then there's no cap for the index options I put inside these policies. So no risk, no fee, no cap. People will ask you all the time, how is that possible? I mean, really, how can they say that there's no, because no one's ever told me that. I mean, my 401k's in the toilet. How is it that you're not? Well, those are shares. These are options. Options get exercised when it makes sense because they're going up. Otherwise, they don't. And the companies that I represent, they cover your downside risk and they take a little bit off the top. Okay? So I'm okay with sacrificing a little bit off the top to have none of the downside risk because zero is the hero, right? Nobody likes going negative. So no risk, no fee, no cap. Be assumptive, be assertive, show up for your clients, and then call me. I mean, seriously, half the time I'm the Maytag repairman. Just call me, and I'll walk you through the appointment. I'll help you run the illustration. I don't care. We're here to help each other.
That's awesome. So to consolidate, the term golden question is the line that we use amongst trying to get new agents seasoned to go. Yep. Brad said a lot of words that sound amazing, right? But the first time you started dialing, the first time you started presenting insurance, were foreign to you as well. And now you present insurance, you overcome objections on the phone. It's just like riding a bike. Brad rides a bike. It just has a bigger percentage check at the end. And it's got the big wheels and it's got the bells and it maybe even goes automatically. Brad rides an electric bike with a stereo on front now.
I have people that pedal for him.
Yeah, he's got people that pedal for him. He's in the rickshaw in the back, just making calls, letting the rickshaw move forward. Yep. So don't get overwhelmed by something new. Get excited about learning something new. Don't be frustrated. Turn your frustration into fascination. Right? There's an old line my dad used to say. Yeah. Turn frustration to fascination. How is this working? How does this become? How can I learn this thing? So the easiest way we've found is for agents to kind of get started, even open the door to the conversation is the golden question.
Yeah. So what I talked about first there was the silver question, right? How much money in the bank? Because you'll find a lot of opportunities there. And you also know they can afford a premium. So when somebody's like, let me think about it. I don't know. I'm shopping around. It's like, dude, you have $200K in the bank. This is a $189 a month policy. It's not a money issue. They just don't trust you. So when I go to my next section of the financial inventory, it's like, what do you have that looks or acts like insurance that could manage the risk at the time of your death? 401ks, IRAs, 403s, money market CDs, stocks, bonds, annuities, life insurance that you own, not the stuff at work. You don't own that. Because if you owned it, you'd have a policy in your safe with your signature and your beneficiary. You don't have that because it's not yours. So I deal with people that have things that they own, and I help them improve their situation. So 401, money market CDs, stocks, bonds, annuities, IRAs. And when you see somebody that says, yeah, I have a 401k that was from my previous employer, what's the approximate account value? When the last time you saw a statement, what are we looking at? It's like, I don't know, about 189,000. It's like, so I'm assuming that you would like to protect that as well so it doesn't go backwards. Yeah, I just don't know who to talk to. It's like, well, I do that too. Let's finish with what we're doing today and get this life product in place, because I don't even know if you're going to wake up in the morning. So we always take care of today first. Then we look down the path. That's the first step in any planning exercise. How's today look? So you write the app you're there to write first. And you set a follow-up with like 2 days later, 3 days at the most. Because time is not your friend. It's an emotional sale. When they're super excited, it's going to start to wane over time. So you want to keep that momentum going, that enthusiasm about protecting and growing their retirement accounts. And it really is a simple retirement solution. I mean, it's about as simple as it gets. It's essentially like writing any other app. And for the client, it's an interest-bearing savings account that outperforms traditional conservative investments. There you go.
Brad, if we had an agent that asked the golden question, they got a statement, do you think you would help them out?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, for sure. Just, I mean, do they have my phone number? Should I give it out? Yeah.
Please.
480-678-7448. Brad Allan, 2 A's, 2 L's. I answer my phone.
2 L's.
Yep.
2 A's, 2 L's.
Yep.
Brad's one of the biggest hearts in the company, and someone that I've grown to be even more fond of, someone that I've learned from. And that's one of the cool things about being in the insurance industry is there's always people that are looking to help and support. And, you know, he'll help you out. He'll be there for you, and that's one of the cool things. So, guys, don't be intimidated by this. There's companies that are significantly smaller on the life side that do twice as much simple retirement solution-based products, and that's our focus as a company in 2023, is to protect more families, protect more retirements, and put more money in your pocket as the agent going out there and doing the work. So, Brad, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it.